it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, and I'm back with Simple Stamping Saturday and an unboxing. Don't say I don't spoil you. Light the Candles card kit has hit Europe. I'm sorry for those of you in North America where it has sold out, but we've literally only just received it in Europe, so I'm really excited. So what I propose to do is I'm going to do an unboxing, make up certainly one of the cards, then I'm going to pause, do some stepped up versions and show you those later. So there will be a gap partway through the video. So cellophane off, let's see what we have got. Coastal Cabana spot, so I will be replacing that with my ordinary Coastal Cabana. A stamp set which says, let me grab some white card. We have got happy, happy birthday, hip, hip, hooray, light the candles and make a wish, wishing you a, today's your day, some sprinkles, happy birthday to you and birthday wishes. So very useful little stamp set. And this is the whole thing. It's what, £18 or is it £20? I can't remember, but you're getting a stamp set and an ink pad. You also get one of these blocks. I always swap those out for my ergonomic blocks because I just prefer ergonomic blocks. Call me old-fashioned, but. So, cellophane off. Let's get rid of that, which seems to have split. And so, little block. So if you haven't already got blocks, so if this is your first kit, you've got everything you need. So you've got your block, you've got some embellishments, which are lovely sort of iridescent gold. Then we have, there are two designs, I think. So we have got a set of instructions, which will tell us exactly what we should have along the way, somewhere on the back maybe. Here we go. So it also tells you what colours are in it. So we've got Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Magenta Madness, Mango Melody and Night of Navy. So if you want to change out your ink for a colour that's here, you don't have to just use Coastal Cabana. You have got other inks that you can use. Any of those coloured inks you can use. So we've got some sparkly cakes. They're like a layer. Oh, I think these go on top, don't they? Then we've got some die cut pieces, which I think go over our cake. Yep. Then we've got sparkly, got little bits on them, but that'll be fine. Sparkly splodges, which I guess are candles, with these to go over the top. So again, you've got more die cuts, laser cut die cuts. Coastal Cabana and Daffodil Delight envelopes, which are patterned on the inside. Oh, I can see stepping up coming. And then we have got lots of bits. So we've got, that looks like Mango Melody and Daffodil Delight, and then we've got all the colours on this one on a Coastal Cabana background. These are 8.5 by 11, so they are 4 1/4 by 5.5. Had to do the maths there. So these are the standard North American card size. Then we've got some Night of Navy labels, some, that looks like Pool Party. Is Pool Party one of the colours? Can't remember. Did I say that? No, so it's light Coastal Cabana, but that makes sense. Some white labels. Ooh, strips, foam strips, but cut that way. Whoa! And some glue dots. So really masses of stuff. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, I'm just so excited. Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologising, but I am so excited. It's gorgeous and it's great for all ages, men and women. It's just, oh, so, colour directions. So I'm going to make card 1 first, because it's card 1. So I'm going to take a Coastal Cabana background. I need one of these, whoops, So I need one of these. So I've got one of these. I need one of the die cuts with the candles. So one of these, I'm guessing that's going to go over there. Don't think that's too difficult to guess. Don't need that because I'm going to swap that out. Pop that to one side for the moment. Pop those to one side because I will replace those as well. We need some of our strips. Don't need the card, although it's useful for testing your stamping. So I need one of these labels, and yes, I am going to de-pip them. One of those, one of these. So if you're making this up as a complete set in one sitting, what I would do is split out all the pieces and put them in piles, and then you can make all of them the same as you go. So one of those, and some of those. Hip hip hooray, it's your day. Right, so that's all I need. Everything else can go back into the box for the moment. I'm going to get my own coastal cabana so I can keep that for travelling, and get my snips just to de-pip because I do not like pips when they're these sorts of pips. I like most pips. Anyone called Pip I like. So I'm not having a go at people called Pip. I just don't like pips. So you can do this either with a pair of snips, or if you've got a nail file, that will do. Something like that, just to get those off. All I would say is if you're using a nail file on these where they're printed in colour, I would just be a little bit wary that you're not going to rub the colour off and expose the white from underneath, because it's white on the other side. So let us look at card 1. So this is card 1. It's all on one page, which is really useful. So the first thing I've got to do is fold my card base, and they're white on the inside, which is great because it means you don't need to worry about a liner, which is always useful, just checking where we are time-wise. So that's ready. I need to stick my this on, which I'm going to use seal because I have it, but you've got glue dots in the kit if you don't have any other adhesive. And I'm going to be bringing back Top Tip Tuesday, so I will be covering various things like what adhesive to use, those sorts of things. So I know this can be a little complicated, or confusing, I think is the word I'm looking for. So that's that. Let's just make sure there aren't any offensive pips on here, which there aren't. So this is going to be raised up. Now they've got these lovely narrow foam strips. I'm just checking. They are slightly fatter than dimensionals, so it may be that if you put these through the post, you're going to be charged extra in the UK. So just be aware of that. So I've got, you want them inside the edge without going over the edge of the candle. So these are quite, in fact, what I'm going to do, top tip, here is really narrow. These are actually a little short for the edges. So I'm going to cut there so that I don't have the foam pad. I could have left this one a bit longer. I don't want the foam pad there because it might be seen. And again, going to do the same on the other side. So put that bit down, snip there so that that is free, and then pop this down so we don't have foam pad showing through. These aren't for shakers, so you don't have to worry about having a seal the whole way round. Now, how many have we got? I'm wondering how many we have. and therefore whether we actually can spare some little bits for here. I think what I'm going to do, yes, so we're going to be using these again for the sentiment. Now I'm going to swap those out for dimensionals, so I'm going to be very happy to put a little bit of extra support in the middle by sacrificing one of my stickies for support in the middle. You've also got the edge pieces, so we have plenty of this foam, but I just think I want those extra little bits of support. So take the release papers off, and then probably the hardest bit is going to be lining this up over the top of our lovely glittery element in the middle. Now, if you don't want to worry about releasing the paper off the back of the ones in the middle, doesn't matter, they're only there for support. So don't feel you have to take the backings off all of the bits. The sides are important, but the rest really isn't. So I have a theory that if I line up the bottom and a side, I should be okay. And I am! Whoa! So that's that. So now we need to stamp "Hip hip hooray, it's your day" on our pieces. So let's open up that. I'll get a D block and a B block. So I want it's your day. Where's it's your day? Oh no, today's your day, not it's your day. Today's your day. Is that going to be big enough? Yes, it is. Now I'm going to pop that down onto my paper, because that way it's going to be straight. If you pull this and kind of just put it on straight away, I've exaggerated it, it can end up crooked, which is not a look we want. We want it to be nice and relaxed, preferably without toot on it, and then just pick it up. Now this block is the same size as the one that comes in the kit, so this is basically a D block. So then just get any surface finish off. Whoops, scuff that in the process. So ink that up. Hip hip hooray, it's your day. Today's your day even. And because it's see-through, you can see where you're stamping. So there we are, hip hip hooray. And again, just going to rub that to make sure it's got a good key, and then today's your day. And it now makes perfect sense that this is paler than Coastal Cabana, because obviously you can't stamp Coastal Cabana on Coastal Cabana. It doesn't work. Right, so I've got ordinary just adhesive for this, so that's going to go there, and I can see pips, but they're going to get covered up, so that's fine. And we want it about there. Yep. Now I am going to use sticky dots for that, because I want to make sure that the dots are on the solid rather than adhesive everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this lower than I want it, so I want it up a bit, and then I can put my dots so they won't be seen. But it also means I haven't got adhesive that could push back and stick the top to the insides, which we don't want. Now I'm only going to worry about 3, it's fine, that will be more than enough, because we're then going to stick something else over the top. So that's our Night of Navy, which is almost straight, almost straight. There we go. And this goes on top, and that I am going to use some seal on. And I'm just going to run it along the bottom edge. Now, if you've got a silicone mat, you can do that on a silicone mat, and then the bit that hangs over the edge won't stick to the silicone mat. So that goes there. Oh, that was meant to be on dimensionals. Let's pull that off. You see, call yourself a demonstrator. Call yourself a demonstrator. Right, let's try that again. So it's because it had a strip rather than a... I'm going to use more than I really need. I'm going to use 4, but because I've now got glue, I'm just going to be a little bit careful. So this is raised up, and then the today's your day. I must stop saying it's your day. Today's your day will be glue dots. So this gets stuck there. Cool. Okay. This is where I'm going to bring in my silicone mat and run some adhesive along the bottom edge. No, along the top edge. They do indicate that you should only put it on the glue dots on the top. So I'm just using seal instead. Hip hip hooray, today's your day. Now obviously what you could do is put a mini dimensional under there, or a little bit of the foam tape. In fact, I might use a little dimensional, which I know I have some tucked over here, if I could just put my hands on them. There we go. Stick it to your fingernail, but if I just lift that very slightly, come on, under you go, under you go. Just needs one, just to give it that little extra bit of support. And that is our first card, other than we need to put the dots on. So where did I hide the dots? There they are, can't see them for looking. So we've got these lovely self-adhesive iridescent dots. Where am I time-wise? Good grief, I'm on 17 minutes already. Let's hope the second one is quicker, because otherwise I'm going to be splicing more than once. So these just go in the centre of your candle lights. But we've got a stamp that does these on our stamp set, so it means that we can use the stamp set to make more candles, if that makes sense. And if you get some of the glimmer paper, so we've got the rainbow glimmer or the ombre in the annual catalogue, then you can make more iridescent candles. So that's the first one. Yay! Let's see if I can make a better job of making up the second one. Right, so for that we need the yellow card base, and we need a Night of Navy one of these. So you make 4 of each of these cards, so we need one of those. That's all we need as far as extra bits are concerned, by the look of it. That can't be right. No, we need a circle as well. So we need one of these circles. And of course we need our cake die cut and our glimmer cake. So let's get rid of that for the moment. First thing we need to do is fold our card base, burnish, and I need the happy birthday stamp. Happy birthday to you. And actually I'll just grab a C block. If in doubt, grab a C block. rub the surface to make sure it's got a key. Depip. And depip. That's all right. Right, so we've just got these ones here, there, there, and there. So, happy birthday in Coastal Cabana. Onto our circle, and because it's a circle you just have to stamp it. It doesn't matter where you stamp it as long as it's roughly in the middle and preferably fully stamped. That's better. The joy of see-through stamps. Right, so this gets stuck onto the middle. Preferably the right way up. So into the middle. This has got a few pips, but I'm going to be brave and ignore them. Then this gets strips. For some reason they haven't put strips on the bottom. How strange. I'm going to. So one at the top, one on the side, one on the other side, and as I say, I'm going to put one at the bottom as well because there's no good reason in my head for them not to have one in the middle. Then I'll use a bit of one that I've already got left over for there, and a bit of one for there, and I'm going to belt and braces and put one in the middle as well because I'm just that kind of girl. Then this goes onto here, and again, if you don't want to take the backings off these ones, they're only there for support. I will, because I like as much adhesive as I can possibly get. Oh, I know what I didn't do. Supposed to have stamped sprinkles on here first. I'm going to see if I can retrofit them. So learn from my mistakes, follow the instructions. Right, okay, this is going to be a disaster, but I'm going to do it anyway. So this is what I mean by you've got the tops of the candles. So I need some sprinkles, apparently. I'm going to get a small block for that. If I can get my small block out of the case, there we go. And again, going to rub it. Wish me luck while I add some sprinkles. So we want sprinkles at the bottom, sprinkles at the top. The fact that they are only sprinkles and therefore it's not vital if they are solid is a great help. Stamp first, learn from my mistake, read the instruction. Right, so this is going to be popped up. I'm going to use a dimensional, just the one, that's all it needs. And this goes straight onto our flag, except I'm going to put it at a slightly jaunty angle, straight onto our flag. And then this has adhesive and goes on just about there. So there you go. And does it get a dot? Yes, it does get a dot. It gets something for its candle. Come on. This is me being inept. It's very cold in my studio and my hands aren't working. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So there we go, that's that one. This is this one. Obviously you can change the sentiment because we have got happy, happy birthday, or light the candles and make a wish, which could go on here instead. In fact, you could even have it down there. But there you go. So I will come back with some stepped up versions. So I'm back having made my 2 stepped up versions. So these are the ones that come in the kit. So you've got the cake and the candles. And then, and let's get these in order, what I have done is I have split the candles here. You could probably split them there instead. Let me show you what I did. So basically I just took this and got my trimmer and went, where can I cut that's a straight line? Now this is all of them, I don't actually want to cut them all. So you could actually cut them in half, but I liked the idea of having a 2 and a 4. I might cut them in half for the next ones. So I cut them in half and continued to layer them up in the same way. But what I've done is I've taken one of the card bases and I've cut it into mats for A4 paper or card. So I've cut it at 5.5 by 3 3/4, which makes a really nice shape on the front of an ordinary A6 card, and you get left with just that little piece, which obviously you could use on another card. So that's what I did. I then stamped in Night of Navy with Magenta Madness underneath on that one, and then for this one I've stamped in Magenta Madness twice in full ink and once in Second Generation, and then I've matted onto Night of Navy, and I've replaced on this one the gold dots that are in the kit with the iridescent rhinestones that are in the mini catalogue and are this month's free gift with a qualifying order if you use my online store. So say this one just has the 2 and Today's Your Day. This one is an easel card. So I've just taken the front of a long card, scored it in half, stuck another quarter sheet on the front, and then just treated it as a separate layer. And then on the inside, I've got Light the Candles and Make a Wish, because that goes nicely with Happy, Happy Birthday, and lots of candles. And then this is the inside, well, actually it's the flap of an envelope. So they are printed on the inside, and I've just cut the flap off and stuck it across here, avoiding the bit that has the licky strip. So it's just a strip straight across, just to give it a bit of interest, the other side of the stop. And then there's enough space here to write your message. And then because I'm making these with A6 or A4 card to an A6 card size, I can use a standard international envelope, because these envelopes are not the right size for anywhere other than North America. So stretch. Now, I haven't made any versions for the cake, but the easy option would be to use the glimmer just as a cake. So stamp, in the stamp set we've got this shape, so stamp your flame, that's the word I'm looking for. And then for this, which you would normally layer over the top, I mentioned that I thought you could use glimmer paper. Well, this is the ombre glimmer, which works nicely if you like, you know, all one colour. You could probably piece it. Or the rainbow glimmer, where if you put it that way up, you can have the yellow for the candle and the reds and pinks for the base of the cake, or go this way and have the green for the candle, or, you know, anywhere in between, frankly. This is sort of Coastal Cabana, so that would work really nicely with the card bases, or this side is Mango Melody, So that would work well as well. So Mango Melody and the pinks probably would be the way I would go, but either way would work. So just some thoughts. I will try and do a stretch your kit video so that I've got some other ideas to share with you. This card is destined for my next door neighbour whose birthday it was yesterday. I'm filming this yesterday. So this will be going next door, and I just hope that she'll be able to work out that it's an easel card. I'm sure she will. But yes, so there you go. The 2 originals and 2 stepped up versions. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you found it interesting. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!